And everyone went, yeah, that's good, that. And again, confidence, hopefully, not arrogance. I was like, I know, I've cracked that. I get that. I understand that I'm hearing what I want to hear. And I've managed to manifest that. So it's probably going to be Run. I love one of these nights because it's such, I managed to capture the vibe so much of what I was going for. Remembering those great nights out that you've had with your mates, but also kind of pitching towards a Californian pool party like you might see in Lethal Weapon. The shot comes in. On the mountainside, there's probably the canyon. That's what it's called. Down below, but there's beautiful people and there's lights in the pool and all the beautiful people are drinking beautiful drinks. Before somebody gets shot or something. But, those kind of movies, I was kind of going for that. And I thought, well, what's my version of that? My version of that is going out probably somewhere in my 20s with my mates and having one of those amazing nights you never want to end. And you luckily catch yourself in the moment. Maybe you're just somewhere and you're like, oh, my God, this is the best night. And you own it. That's that. So I love one of these nights for that because I feel like I managed to capture that, at least for me. And other people have said so too.
You mentioned being really proud of songs and very confident in what you do. Does that come with its own issue in that you can be overly critical on yourself as well?
I'm very definite in that I know what I want to try and achieve, and sometimes resistant to other people's ideas, maybe because I don't write with anybody else. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I just don't. But when I think I know that's how it's meant to be, should anybody say, "Oh, what about that?" I go, "No, that's it," which can cause interesting conversations here at home. When I say, "Kerry, come and listen to this," she's like, "Oh, what about that bit there?" And then sometimes I'm quietly like, "Oh, I better change that because I think she's right." But and then in the studio, it was also interesting because you get so used to how things are. So Andrea and Danny are like, "Oh no, maybe we just lose that." Well, what do you mean you lose that bit? You can't lose that bit. But in terms of being harsh on myself, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm being harsh or hard on myself. I feel like I'm just constantly striving to create. And luckily, I keep using the word blessed because I feel just genuinely like this is just amazing that I get to be able to do this. And then it's made even more amazing that people are receiving it and appreciating it in the way that they are.
So the next song we're going to hear a snippet from is Running from the Rain.
Whichever road that leads me there could ever make me stay. Whenever it pours down on me is when I make my way. I'm headed out where the skies are so clear, turn my back on the grave. You see, whenever it pours down on me is when I make my way. I'm headed out where the skies are so clear, turn my back on the grave. Yeah, I just keep on running from the rain.
Brilliant. Love that. What are you listening to at the moment, Bob? What's on your Spotify playlists?
Do you know what? I've got to be honest that I don't listen to an awful lot of music. If I've got the time, I will generally be playing music.
Yeah.
I know that sounds thoroughly like wholesome, but it is the fact. If I'm in the car, I'll be thinking of a song. And I might have to pull over and sing it into my iPhone. So I mean, I'll reach for in this car if I want to put something on. I'll probably reach for like Alan Jackson or Brad Paisley or something. I love that kind of George Strait. I love that kind of stuff. It doesn't mean I'm not. I'll hear newer stuff, especially that's why I like Bob Harris's show because that I hear
makes you listen.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh wow, that's cool, man. Like Brothers Osborne are amazing. They're really, really cool. But and who did Danny turn me on to? He said one of my songs vaguely reminded him of Cody, not Cody Jinks, is it? Who's the guy with the I was the guy with the cowboy hat. Stupid thing.
Because that narrows it down.
He's doing a bit of the old, yeah, completely, doesn't it? Like, you know, the man with the nose,
With the hat.
that guy with the trousers, you know the one. Was it Cody? I don't know if it was Cody Jinks, can't remember. But so that's a really rubbish answer to your question. I'm sorry.
What are you listening to? What about after a couple of bourbons? Then are you just strumming yourself, or better wording probably used there? But I've said that now.
I'll generally grab a guitar, or I'll kind of nerd out if it's kind of night time and we've sort of gone to bed. I'll just put the headphones on and have the iPad, and I'll sort of geek out with guitar things. And I love a player called Guthrie Trapp, so I'll watch him play, country guitarist.
You get lost on YouTube.
Yeah, I can go down the rabbit hole quite often. I wake up in the morning and we're like, why am I watching an audience with Alf Garnett last night? Because I love Alf Garnett and it's hilarious, but there we go. I don't hold sway with his political views, by the way. I understand that Johnny Spate was being ironic and humorous.
Good cover. Good cover. You did make me slightly awkward.
So I ask this question all the time, and it's a hard one, but all being well, what's next for you in, say, the next 12 months?
Well, I'd love to be able to go out with the guys in the band and take the songs, because I've managed to effectively, really positively show people 4 of my songs. If they've seen some of the Welcome to the Set List videos as well that we've done, there's a few more songs on there. I'd love to take the band out, which is where we were just primed and ready to go and do just before the situation that we now find ourselves in. I'd love to get back to Puzzle Maker and record more, because I'm not going to release material that isn't that standard, because that's a lot of hard work and a lot of commitment by myself and the guys at Puzzle Maker and everybody supporting me, to go to the studio and do that. So I don't want to, I guess in a cold way you could say, like, tarnish the brand, if you like, but I can make songs here, and Welcome to the Set List is fine, because it really is just us guys playing remotely, and I fly it all together on Logic, on the program Logic, and I then edit the video along with that. So that's cool. So the audio quality of that is, of course, what it is. It's a remote live performance. But in terms of putting out my material, because I've got so many songs that I feel just as confident about, that I think are up there with the 4 that I've released. Because one of the considerations in going to Puzzle Maker was, okay, I'm going to go for this and sell my motorbike and get a loan and all that kind of stuff. Okay, let's go for it, to fund this. Was, okay, which 4 songs? So I sent them a big batch of songs, not everything, but the ones I thought were in the running, and there must have been about 10 songs or something.
Yeah.
And so, because the co-conspirator thing, I really wanted other people's opinions as well. So I asked at home, and I asked family, and I asked friends, and then took it to Puzzle Maker and said, what do you think? And straight away it was, well, Running from the Rain has to be the single. And then we decided which 4 was going to be the best for me to come out of the gate with. First time debut artist, give a flavour of what I do. It's interesting that I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, "Oh, I wondered why you picked Running from the Rain as the single, because I think One of These Nights is really your sound." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I was very pleased with that. And lots of people say they think Run is such a great song. It's like a festival anthem. So get back to your question, take the band out, hit the festival season probably next year now. But in order to do that, I've got to keep myself relevant, and got to keep songs relevant, and make sure that everybody out there currently now, this captive audience that we've got, use the pun, to remember the name Bob Fitzgerald, and hopefully still be interested in everything that I'm putting out, and as soon as I can, give them more.
I can't remember who I was saying it to the other day, but I think you've got such a unique sound in terms of your production, and such a mature sound that I think there's definitely a gap for you on the UK market. So as soon as we get back out onto the festivals and the live scene, there'll definitely be something for you to slot right into. Is that something you're conscious of?
I don't think there's much else. There's lots of great stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's much else in the territory that I'm in.
Yeah.
And when I went to puzzle making, part of the conversation was because I've got that heritage, because it's real, because that rock heritage is my heritage, then I can do it in a genuine. When I do it, it appears genuine, and I was really pleased when they said that, And so somebody asked me as well, is it hard to get into the UK country scene? And I think their question a few weeks ago, this was based around, is there much gigs? I think that's what they were really meaning. Or is there much of a scene? And I said, the issue isn't what you think it is. The issue is that there's so much good stuff out there, that there's so many artists for vying for, turning into Ronnie Barker then, vying for all those slots on the festivals, that you've got to do all the hard work now, such as I'm doing, which is the recordings and the social media. So, but I do. So I feel like I've got a good view of what's going on in the UK country scene, listening to, radio shows, whether it's Country Hits or Bob Harris or Simon Birds on Country Music Showcase. I'm confident that I fulfill or can fit a space, a musical space that is currently, thankfully on my part, being offered to people.
So let's start wrapping things up. Where do you see your music going next? Is the plan another EP, or you plan to just sort of drip feed a song out one at a time? Or
well, the plan was in the summer to do 2 tracks at Puzzle Maker, so to release the single from the EP, then release the EP, then do 2 tracks, and then probably go in and do another EP. I think when this lockdown situation comes to its conclusion, whatever that might be, and we're allowed to move around more freely, I think I will still go with the 2 songs approach. Just because it seemed to make sense, because we had conversations about, okay, so if we do 4 tracks on the EP, do we release 2 singles and then the EP? Oh no, it's not really worth it. And then I recorded in the summer, so there was the whole thing of I just missed the festival application. So for this EP that you've heard, had the current summer that we're just about to hit now gone ahead as normal, I missed the opportunity to play because their applications go in September and October, and I'd only just recorded in the summer. So I hadn't built up a social media persona or
presence
for them to say, okay, that's a viable option then for our festival. So it will be the 2 tracks. It will be go in, do 2 tracks to keep people hopefully happy and enjoying my material. I mean, I guess I could do another EP, but not. I could do another EP, but I would like to do 2 tracks. I don't know why. In my head, I kind of see it like a double A side. There's no sides.
Old school.
It's just 2 songs. There you go.
Bob Fitzgerald, that is it. Our time has come to an end. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on. I've really enjoyed this. I'm going to do another one of these. Sort some of my tech issues out, obviously. But you're going to end on a bit of Blue Sky Drinking. Thank you very much. Bob Fitzgerald, Blue Sky Drinking.
We're better off as we are when we've taken the choice to be kind. So long to the man, hello cooler, ice bottle or box. You sing and some blue sky drinking. See, I'm thinking outside of the box. With my blue sky drinking, I'm raising this glass to my boss. See, I don't care what he say, I am working today. So cheers, adios, and I'm off. For some blue sky drinking. See, it's all my profit, your loss. Cheers.
There we go, the brilliant Bob Fitzgerald. Again, thanks, Bob, so much for being